any longer. This is the same thing that Bala Mohammed has said, chairman of the PDP Governors Forum, that he doesn't see himself being in the same camp with Nyesom Wike because Nyesom Wike had betrayed the PDP, which made him who he is, including giving him the platform over the years to advance his political future. But look at it very well. These three persons are the people who have held on to this PDP for quite some time. And then party members are beginning to say, whatever happens, whether the PDP survives or not, these three persons will be held responsible in the future. You talked about the digital register. That digital register is going to be the albatross of the Wike-led PDP, or whether it is Shea Makinde's PDP that eventually, succeeds. But with the way things are going and the way I've been able to speak with a few persons, it's either Shea Makinde would be defecting to the ADC, or he will stay back, fight, and ensure that his candidate, who he wants to succeed him, move into that party and they stay in the PDP and finally kill the PDP. Because the thinking is that if they cannot resurrect the PDP right now, then Nyesom Wike should not have the PDP in 2031 to be able to advance his political cause. Because they already hear that he's going to use the PDP in 2031 to advance his cause. But if you were Nyesom Wike, what will you do? Because, for example, in 2023, the same Wike and Shea Makinde were all on the same in the same camp, working together. So if you look at it from that angle, you will see that Nyesom Wike himself is somebody that cannot be pushed around. And with the political permutations that are ongoing at the moment, there's a likelihood that he will also not want the party to go to the Supreme Court fully. But then here they have gone. Because Nyesom Wike also has other candidates, aspirants now for different political positions who want to contest. But the APC is not absorbing them. And then he feels that he has a structure in the PDP that can absorb them. So now it is not in his interest for PDP not to go into this election in 2027. Because where will he fix all these people? If you look at some of the congresses that have been conducted, most of his people have emerged and all of that. So he's also trying to look for a win-win situation to ensure that the party scales through, but will not be presenting a presidential candidate, but there will be governorship candidates, senatorial candidates, House of Rep candidates, and so on. But how that will work out is where the main challenge is, because with this new, promotion of the ADC that we are seeing, yesterday in Kano, I can tell you that the body language seems to be that Governor Bala Mohammed and Shea Makinde may send their proxies into the ADC while they wait in the PDP to battle it out and ensure that it's either the PDP goes to re-elections now fully or it's not available for anybody to use in 2031.
But does that not include Peter Obi?
Okay. In what sense? Peter Obi made a statement publicly and said, I am not a saint, but I'm not a thief. Daddy Freeze. 98% of Nigerian politicians cannot make that statement because they are thieves. What was President Tinubu doing before he became a politician? The current pension scheme of President Tinubu includes overseas medical treatment for a non-specified number of family members. We are talking about WAEC certificate of president. We are looking for schoolmates. We just saw Mr. Alex. After how many years? Have you read the pension scheme of Lagos State governors? Including routine changing of cars, security vehicles, houses in Maitama, in the choice places in Asokoro or Maitama, in Lagos. The salary of a former governor.
Wait, Lagos State governor?
Yes.
Has a house, or is supposed to have a house.
On your retirement, you are supposed to have a house.
In Abuja.
And Lagos.
But does that not include Peter?
Number two, the president. My name is Ambassador Number two, the president of Arewa Youth. I want to use this opportunity to remind all the presidential candidates of the 2027 presidential election. In a few months' time, the Northern Nigerian youth are going to come out in masses to endorse their presidential candidate for 2027 election. So I want to use this opportunity and inform all the presidential candidates that they should not take northern Nigeria for granted. Because at this point, we are not going to accept Indomie. We are not going to accept rice. No. All we need is that any presidential candidate that wanted the northern Nigeria should vote for him, he should be aware that we also need dredging of River Benue and River Niger. We need seaport too in northern Nigeria to ease our unemployment in the north. So as it is now, we the northern Nigerian youth are the determining factor of any president in this country. We are the one that will determine, we will decide who will be the next president of Nigeria come 2027. So at this point, I want to use this opportunity da in kira matasan mu da wannan lokaci ba da za mu karɓa indomi ko muna karɓan shinkafa a'a wannan kashe-kashe da ake mana da wasu abubuwa da ake mana arewa ya kamata fa mu dawo da hankalinmu mu san a ina muke mu zaɓi shugabanni na gari duk da cewa har yanzu dai mu matasan arewa ba mu faɗa shugaban ƙasar da za mu zaɓa ba amma nan ba tare da bata lokaci ba da mu sanar da duniya kan cewa ga shugaban ƙasar da mu zaɓa. So a wannan lokaci sai dan ce muku mun gode kuma a shirye muke. Thank you very much.
People better wake up. Since they born me, I never see where opposition go leave government where they destroy people life. They attack fellow opposition. Like what the fuck? Now competition. Do your thing, make I do my thing, make everybody run our race. If you win, fine. But you want to win by dragging me down, it no go better for you. You yourself no go sleep only kure, all your shit.
Problem everywhere. Bandits have invaded Abuja. Let me show you guys. Now this is ShopRite Lube. See everybody standing there. The policemen, they've been shooting tear gas since over there. Some group of Fulani boys with their knives and arms are trying to overrun this place because it's Salah celebration. So many of them came from the bushes and from different places. And you see, these people standing here, none of them can live here. Because those boys over there, all with arms, are trying to like rob them. It's fucking crazy. And this is like FCT. This is Lube. It's in the center of town, ShopRite in Abuja. I don't know what's wrong with these boys. Problem everywhere. Bandits have invaded Abuja. Let me show you guys. Now this is ShopRite Lube. See everybody standing there.
Hello and welcome. My name is Magnus Soroka. This is Woto TV. Peter Obi visited Kano a few days ago. And I'm sure you must have seen the mammoth crowd that welcomed him and the chanting of Obi Kwankwaso, Obi Kwankwaso. Now, beyond the gathering, there was a significant lesson I learned from that gathering. You see, those who are saying that we are divided because politicians have sustained that division. And to whose benefit do we constantly remain divided? To the politicians themselves. I have said it before and I'm saying it again, that anytime the politicians decide that Nigeria will be united, we will definitely be united. In that arena where Peter Obi and Kwankwaso came together, as at that time, in that crowd, there were Christians, there were Muslims, there were Northerners, there were Southerners. I spoke to Peter Obi's aide. They said they could hardly breathe because of the compactness of the crowd. So why do we engage in this unnecessary volatile division? Why? What is the benefit to you? The people that you are dividing yourself for, their own children are abroad, schooling with other children of the same politicians. When they get married to themselves, eating some of the best food and throwing the remnants to you. You fight and scramble for what is remaining. Politics has come. Another season of remembering the poor has come, where they buy bags of rice and share noodles and cups and slick spaghetti for you to eat. Is it really worth it that your integrity as a Nigerian voter is measured by a mudu of rice? Is that really worth it? They simply remember you after 4 years. After dividing you, are keeping you divided for 4 years, then they suddenly come and they make you queue. They won't throw it to you like someone throwing corns and grains to bird or chicken and you scramble and rush for it, sometimes even getting injured for what they throw at you. For goodness sake, let's keep our pride intact. We only have one country, Nigeria, and trust me, Nigeria can work if only we see through the divisive nature of politicians and come together. I am not saying you must vote for Peter Obi or you must not vote for Tinubu. Certainly, Tinubu is a terrible leader. That there's no gainsaying that. But we must learn to choose our leaders based on conviction, not because this man is my tribe or this man is my religion. Our choices of our leaders must be based on a clear-cut conviction that, yes, this man will fix this country. Imagine how much we were buying fuel before this demonic party came in. We were buying fuel at 250 naira. How much is a liter of fuel today? 1,000 plus. And it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. With 10,000 naira, I could take my friends out for a treat. Now 10,000 naira is not even enough for me alone to go and treat myself. Don't even try to get sick. Going to the hospital now is a dangerous venture. Because if you go to the hospital, by the time they write bill for you, you go just say, may the sick continue. You can't cure yourself. So I am happy to see what happened in Kano. It shows that we can actually come together where you are a Muslim, you are a Christian, you are a Northerner, you are a Southerner, you are red, you are blue, you are black. Whatever divisive nomenclature that is used to divide you is really not necessary. We are Nigerians and Nigeria can work. Just choose the right leader for us and we'll be like developed nations. My name is Magnus Oraka. Please follow this page and share this post now.
This is in Kaduna State where they're protesting because El-Rufai has not been released. Welcome everybody. Greetings to everyone. Senator Ben Obi has decamped to ADC. Okay. This is El-Rufai's son.
Duk wanda za ka yi kace kai an je an ce walle ɗaya ne duk wanda za ka yi kace kai haka ai sai ka bugo waya kana mutane maganganun banza da wahi siyasa kan kawaro ko kai ko kowa iya siyasa an je an ce walle ɗaya ne mu muka hana kai mutane abin da ya kamata mu muka hana kai mutane kai ta haƙƙin mutane da suka taimake ka mutane sun zo sun taimake ka sun maka wahalar siyasa an gina ka an taimake ka an maka tsani ka haye ka ɗauke tsanin ka tafi da abinka sai ka zo don an ce walle ɗaya ka sa abu ga mutane wai ana masa surutun banza an je an ce walle ɗaya za ka yi duk wanda za ka yi kai kuma wallahi billahi ko an baka takara wallahi sai ka waɗi wallahi sai an kada ka mutane ba saka kari bane ba kuna yin abin da kuka ga dama a baku shugabanci a baku wakilci ko abin da kuka ga dama sai an zo an yi magana ku hana mutane magana to wallahi tallahi walle ɗaya za ka yi walle ɗaya za ka yi an je an ce walle ɗaya za ka yi wannan sakon ka ne da kasa aka kiranta waya ake yi min maganganun banza na je na sake yin bidiyo duk abin da ya ga dama ka yi ka je ka yi an je an ce walle ɗaya ne mutane bayi ne ko wahala aka turo mu mi kai ka koya mana siyasa sadda muka yi siyasa mu ka san mun yi ka san abin da yasa muka shiga siyasa ka san me yasa muke tare da yan siyasa ka san abin da yasa muke hudda siyasa zaka zo ka dauki mutane kamar da mutane kamar gidadawa an ce ma walle ɗaya zaka yi duk wanda zaka yi ka dade ba kai ba wanda yazo yi abin da ya kamata a yi ba a ce mai shi an ce mai walle ɗaya ne kai da baka yi abin da ya kamata ba kai ne aka ce ma walle ɗaya ne in kana da wuta ka sa ni in yau gidana kai abinci abin da kake ban duniya ka kara bani an ce walle ɗaya zaka yi duk wanda zaka yi kai mai girma gwamna da aka ce mai walle biyu zai shi ba abin alheri ya mutanen ta Katsina ba kai da baka abin alheri ba an ce walle ɗaya zaka yi duk wanda kaga dama ka san ai maka.
Okay, so basically Katsina APC are unsettled as the song Fale Daya Say its single tenure for Tinubu goes viral among the youth and grassroots in the state. They have started threatening young people, but the political revolution of 2027 is already on the horizon. So that's why this guy came out to speak strongly against, the threat that they are putting out on young people for singing the song. Okay.
See, this life, no matter anything you do, always have integrity and always stand for truth. No matter anywhere you find yourself, always protect your dignity and always protect the name of yourself and the name of your family. Me, Osama Rain, I don't follow public opinion and I don't follow the crowd. Some person said that if you can't beat them, you join them. Me, if I cannot beat them, I stand my own ground. Nobody decide for me. I decide for myself. Now make me be man. As far as I'm able to differentiate what is good and what is bad, and I'm able to stand with what is good, that makes me a man. Any man that never made a mistake has never learned anything new. Any man that has never made a mistake has never tried a new thing or has never made anything new in his life. I remember, say, some months or years ago, everybody see me say, I was a nightmare to Obaseki. I do Obaseki to the point, even chief of staff have to call, say, I want to see this boy. Why are you always dragging Obaseki? But today, no matter how I did drag Obaseki, countless times I'm always making a video. See, I'm not saying I'm 100% right, but Obaseki, anywhere you are, forgive me for what I've done to you in Edo State. If you are watching this video, you are a strong supporter of Obaseki. I beg, share this video to Obaseki. Share this video to people that are around Governor Obaseki. Me, Osama Rain, I did tell the world that if they want to rate one of the best governors in Edo State, they are going to rate Obaseki. Obaseki is a God sent to Edo. Obaseki is the Moses of Edo. If we say Edo people fail to realize. In fact, this Edo State now say if they are not benefiting from you, like maybe for example, they share money, they force the cabal, all those ones. They will push a wrong narrative about you to make people to dislike you. Obaseki not force godfatherism. Obaseki not do so many things. People say they want force them to do because of their personal interest. Now they give Obaseki so many names. They hate Obaseki. And meanwhile, Obaseki today did a lot for Benin. Take a look at Jara, now Obaseki. Edo Best, now Obaseki. School of Agric, Ogoraki, Obaseki. Osiomo, Obaseki. Azura, Obaseki. Signing of C of O, Obaseki. Stop community crisis and all those collective community levy, Obaseki. Bad Akberu, Obaseki. Traffic light is working in those states, Obaseki. Pensioners, they collect money before month end, Obaseki. Civil servants, they collect gratuity, Obaseki. Education for Edo State was moving well, Obaseki. Free and fair election, Obaseki. The youth on social media, they are not being bullied or harassed by police or DSS, Obaseki. So many things Obaseki do, we say, now today we say don't leave power. And they miss Obaseki. I swear to God. See, Obaseki, look at me. See, I need down, Obaseki. Anywhere you dey, forgive me. Forgive me, Obaseki. Contact me. Talk to me as a father. When pikin too bad, Papa go use one hand beat am, use one hand correct am. I've realized my mistake that you were a God sent to Bini Obaseki. Forgive me, Obaseki. Edo people no know TB say they miss. You were, in fact, you were the best governor Edo could have ever been proud of. But we are still proud of you. Because right now, your legacy live on, Obaseki. Anywhere you dey, Obaseki, may goodness and mercy locate you. May God favor always locate you. You and your household, Obaseki, God's hand will rest upon you. God's favor, God's protection, God's blessings will rest upon you. Anybody when they curse you, that curse will never manifest in your life. Instead, go turn to blessing in your life. Obaseki, you are a good man. I will always preach about the good things you have done in Edo. Even if nobody preach about them, you are a good man, Obaseki. Lover of Obaseki, please share this video. Make it get to Obaseki. Osamare will be so Obaseki. I've watched my video countless times. Let him see right now. Say, Osamare don't realize. Say, Edo people, they mislead them. They lie. So Obaseki is a bad man. I mean, Obaseki is a good man. When I share this video.
Nothing to say, dear.
Nothing where P2B would have done different. If I see people, they talk, say, nothing where P2B would have done different. If you say, I am the president, not to say anything with they do now, the necessary thing. I go point things where P2B can never do it, no matter how you take look at me, no go fit do it. Let's take, for instance, this Tinubu waka to UK. This London waka where you make, where you go meet the king. Let's take it for instance. Even if, as they throw the bomb for Nigeria, even if it requires that he must go that to UK, even if say he requires, say there's nothing he would have done that he needed to be there. Guy, there is no way people will be where I know would have carried that number of people take travel and life. There is no way he would have left with the National Security Advisor, Rebadu, with him to UK. There is no way he would have gone with Shena Chief of Farming Staff to UK. You know, get how. Imagine people don't prepare finish, make it go UK. Chief of Farming Staff will come tell us, His Excellency, my brother Rebadu, National Security Advisor will come. His Excellency, let's go. Nobody go look at that. Where are you going? You go call Rebadu by his first name. No. No, what did you say you're going to? Look, let me tell you, you cannot be following me around. Are you guiding the UK Prime Minister? They just told you that they bombed Meduguri. Why are you going with me? Go and protect them. Did the king invite you? Only you go give yourself break. Go talk to man. Not true. Make her go back. Make her go protect. And for there, I go there. They call it. Hello, Ribadu. I have not gotten any advice from you about the national security. What are you doing? There is no way you would have left. Do you know what it is that they throw bomb for country where you they govern? Now that time when they throw bomb, they talk say make we go. Then people they defend and they talk say there's no way he would have cancelled it. Let's agree say you don't go cancel out. But did you see the number of people who follow go that thing? The number of people we go. Now them still come back, come back. There's no way. There is no way he go live with it. Chief of Army Staff, did you just say you are following me to the UK? It is time we are going to, maybe we'll review your appointment. You don't go follow him, go. He can't do that. Then he got tell us, say, those entourage, those convoy, you go follow him. If you come, welcome him. Imagine people just arrive from Bath Airport. Then you can see the number of those cars. All those people who come airport, come welcome them. People, as they come down, you can see them. What are we celebrating? What are we celebrating? They go say, no, His Excellency, we have come to welcome you. Welcome me, that what did I do that you're welcoming? Hey, don't I know my way to the Aso Rock? Who is now in the office? Who is? He will not give you his thanks. I went to the UK and I was sitting with the king. Did you know that the house was sitting in the UK that I went to visit? But you people closed the shop. Look, let me tell you. You cannot come through the window and start cleaning the house.
I wish hello. I wish all Muslims who have just completed the fasting in the month of Ramadan, congratulations for the month coming to an end. May Allah accept our supplications and our prayers. I would like to talk about two types of violence that are becoming a lot more serious than we anticipated. 3 years into President Tinubu's presidency, we're seeing an escalation in the pattern of violence and its magnitude and its impact on our people that we've never seen before. This is a president who came to power promising to put an end to this insecurity and to create a new path for Nigeria, create new living conditions for Nigerians, make life safer and more abundant. President Tinubu himself would admit that he has failed to do this, to live up to the promises he has made, and to make Nigerians safer. A few days ago, the president and a huge entourage of ministers and government officials traveled to the United Kingdom on state visit. It was a very festive event from the media reports, a very happy event. It occurred at a moment when just a few days earlier, there was one of the most horrendous attacks in Maiduguri a few days before the departure of this huge contingent that the president led. In that contingent were the Minister of Defense and the National Security Advisor, Malam Ribano. Their presence in that contingent, the number of days they spent in the UK, at a time when the country was reeling from a huge number of sub-attacks, was, to say the least, very insensitive. Even if they had traveled with the president, the magnitude of the attacks on communities in Maiduguri should have advised that they return here, before nothing else, for symbolic reasons. But we understand that the president gave instructions, the usual instructions. The military should do better. Senior officers should go back to places of attack. But we haven't had anything different from what we've had for the last 3 years. So I would like to say to Mr. President, sir, you're not making any impact on the way in which we live and die. We understand we've signed agreements, we've ordered for equipment. At a time when America is already taking our attention and we are giving promises and opening the door for America to come in and save Christians in this country. The UK was going to be our friend as it had been all this time. It should have been long before now the country that we should be related to and with. Sir, we are in trouble deeper than when you came. Do something about insecurity, or this country will sink with the ambition to govern Nigeria. The second type of violence we're living with is violence that is patently political. Thugs are harassing people who are campaigning, attacking politicians, making politicking in many areas difficult or impossible. This is very dangerous. Politicians should know that no matter how strong you are in some parts of this country, you are weak in others. This must be put to an end. This madness must be brought to an end now and without any hesitation. We cannot approach 2027 in many parts of Nigeria inaccessible to either the ruling party or to the opposition. Thank you.
Welcome, Stephen. Please, oh guys, those of you listening, please like the live, double tap on the screen device to like.
Video on Omoye. This may just be my last video on Omoye show. And if you've noticed, I'm not talking against him. I'm just sharing information that some of us may not be exposed to. If there's anybody in the Nigerian space as a public speaker, thought leader, visionary, a political voice, or someone with an opinion, it definitely would be Dele Farotimi. And when Dele Farotimi says something, you definitely have to listen to him. He's shown over the years that he's got passion and patriotism for this country. He's put a whole lot into, he sacrificed a whole lot to be, including his law career, to ensuring that his voice is heard and his voice is heard distinctively. If he says this about Omoye, I'm sure you shouldn't argue. Listen to him for a minute and they'll be back to get it even deeper.
Why not worry? The question is this: what am I engaging with? Am I engaging with persons or am I engaging with programs? Showore, you ask, is he running as a politician or is he looking to crystallize a revolution? If he's running as a politician, it means he's playing politics, right? How well has he positioned his party? Can I take him serious as a political candidate? Has he sold? What are the programs that he's selling? I admire him as a person. I respect his doggedness. Politics. I personally do not believe that even his party takes politics serious. It shouldn't be too difficult for him that deal with conditions. How well that party has done that job will reflect in his fortunes at the elections. I am just not persuaded. I wish them good luck. Just not persuaded. Someday you will join a political party, right? I'm not sure. Maybe I'll try to find one. Looking at Nigeria right now, I actually believe that it might very well be build a political party from scratch. And it cannot be that we're looking to build a party. We have to look to build a movement based on ideas and then seek to galvanize the people behind those ideas. But the existing political parties have not suggested to me that they have found the capacity to mobilize the indifferent. And the larger percentage of Nigeria are completely indifferent to the process.
If there is anything to add, I would just say that nobody hates Showore, nobody dislikes him. I'm sure every single Nigerian, and I've said that every opportunity that I've had, that if you, for any reason, love and you are committed to the growth of this country, you would definitely give Showore his flowers. You cannot undermine or under respect his value, as it were. But we need to be realistic, and it is that realism that will come to this consciousness that we have a nation to save, and it's urgent we do that, even as soon as we can. And so everybody realizes that if this is going to be a bloody revolution, like Showore said in one of the videos now that are not trending or that is not trending, where he said that he had reached out to Dele, now the same Dele, coincidentally, that if he wanted to go on the street, he's ready, but he must be led, and the person that says he won the election should be at the forefront. All of that is optional. But at this moment, we have a country to save, and we have to explore all democratic and electoral opportunities or avenues to get in the country saved. Assuming without consideration that this doesn't work, we can opt for other options. At this moment, it is that realism that has given us this consciousness to say, who has the closest vision to helping us save this country? And don't deceive yourself. Nobody here is trying to eulogize one over the other. Say, oh, Peter B is better. I rarely do that, except it becomes really tight for me that I have to get into that. There are two different persons playing two different leagues and having different vision for this country. But do we agree that we are supposed to get past this at this moment, get to win an election? The submission is very simple. We cannot continue to do all of this. It's again, like I said in my previous video, it is revealing to see that
For APC supporters, known ones, to be hyping you means that there is a problem particularly. That is it. That is an indication that there is a problem. If they know what they want to achieve. And so, if you have sense, you know what to do. It's not beating about the bush. I'll catch you another time. But for now, bye.
There's an all-female vigilante group in Jos. I like this.
Blessing Ngozi Emmanuel leads an all-female vigilante group in central Nigeria. When night falls in their community in the city of Jos, they take the streets armed with nothing more than whips and ID cards. It's dangerous work. The group says they confront drug dealers, thieves, and teenagers armed with cutlasses and sometimes pistols. But Emmanuel says they're getting results.
It has reduced. Even the taking of drugs have reduced.
Wow. See, my voice don't crack.
Small
Kai!
okay, still here and there has drastically reduced in this community.
4 years ago, such work was only done by men. When the main vigilante commander, known as Big Tarzan, died, the security force died with him. One member of the group, Aishata Musa, said religious tensions had increased between Muslims and Christians. We, as women, she says, decided to contribute to bringing change.
That's good.
Today, 20 Muslim and Christian women patrol together from 9 p.m. to 1 a.m.
Wow.
Members have been injured and threatened before. One vigilante said she was told she could be made to disappear. The group says they operate without government support and even lack basic equipment such as torches and uniforms. Some weeks ago, they said that local government officials visited in a sign of growing interest in their work. No material support has followed yet.
Okay, so Showore, they double down. Of course, people said have been going back and forth about this online, and here they say Kano politics is heating up. Kano APC appears increasingly united against Governor Abba. In a recent interview, APC chieftain Abdulmajid admitted that in Kano, any candidate endorsed by Rabiu Kwankwaso is likely to win, no hesitation. That's what's going on in Kano State. Now, here is a message this one has for city boy people.
Yeah, Seyi Tinubu, ìwọ ló ní fídíò yìí. Má wò ń pé kan tí mo fẹ́ sọ yìí, kí ni Austin fẹ́ sọ? Gbá àga kó jókòó kó dẹ̀ wo láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ dé the end. Torí máa tàgẹ̀. Àkọ́kọ́ ọbẹ̀ ni pé mo rí gbogbo akitiyan ẹ̀ sọ́tún sósì. Gbogbo kí dádì ẹ̀ college ṣe second term, which is normal. Fún ọmọ sí bàbá. Normal thing òun ló ṣe. Ọlọ́run dẹ̀ ní jẹ́ kó dùn tiẹ̀. Ṣó wá rí nǹkan ẹyọ kan tí mo fẹ́ kó reason sí pẹ̀lú fídíò tí mo ṣe. Òun ni pé ó ṣiṣẹ́ tó yẹ kó o ṣe gangan. Nǹkan tó yẹ kó o ṣe gangan ò ṣe, ó fi yẹn lẹ̀ nǹkan míì ló ń ṣe. Gbogbo pé kí bàbá rẹ̀ lè ṣe second term, òun ni títí ẹ̀. Ìwọ wá ṣe débi pé o fẹ́ kí bàbá tiẹ̀ kó fi legacy gidi sílẹ̀ tó jẹ́ pé tó bá kúrò lórí ipò yẹn tán. Gbogbo nǹkan tó fẹ́ máa sọ nípa bàbá ẹ̀, nǹkan gidi ni kò ṣe nǹkan tí ò dáa. Ṣèyí, sórí gbogbo àwọn tó sọ̀rọ̀ àǹdí ẹ̀ wọ́n tàn ẹ̀ ni.
Of course, Tracy. People are people they para for Twitter. Hey, God, I beg. And I like it. Nigerians need to wake up.
Nítorí pé mọ̀ pé táwọn bá sòótọ́ fún ẹ, ò ní fáwọn lówó mọ́. Fake love ni gbogbo wọn ń lò pẹ̀lú ẹ̀, má fi ìbọn love ẹ̀. Nítorí pé mọ̀ pé àwọn rìn nǹkan gbà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀, òun ni gbogbo wọn ṣe ń dàbí ẹni pé Ṣèyí o, Tinubu second time rárá. Mo díẹ̀ wọn pé kó ṣe ìdìbò fún ẹ lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́, wọn ò ní lè ṣe. Ó máa promise wọn lówó kó tó lè ṣe, sórí pé wọn ò nífẹ̀ẹ́. ṣorí pé wọ́n love ẹ̀. Kí ló dé tí wò lọ bá wọn pé àkó má sówó ẹjọ́ ẹ̀rọ mi ṣèdìbò fún mi pa láì wọ̀ ní ṣe. Ṣé yìí tó bá ti ṣe kó pa mí kò sí tó máa ṣe nu wọn. Ó sùn fake love lọ ní fún ẹ o. Wọn ò bá ẹ sòótọ́ ọ̀rọ̀. Fake love ní gbogbo wọn ní sí ẹ. Wọn ò ní bá ẹ ṣe election yẹn láì gbowó lọ́wọ́ ẹ. Wọ́n máa gbowó. Kódà wá tún bí ẹ. Ṣé wọ́n nífẹ̀ẹ́ nìyẹn? Wọn ò nífẹ̀ẹ́ náà. Wọn ò nífẹ̀ẹ́ rẹ̀. Àmọ́ tó bá jẹ́ pé bàbá wa Tinubu ṣe dáadáa ni, ó ní láti lọ bá wọn. Rárá, àwọn èèyàn máa jáde fún ẹ. Fúlì tó máa yàwọ́ gan lẹ́nu gbà kí ló dé nítorí pé bàbá ṣe dáadáa ni. Àmọ́ láàrin èmi àti ẹ̀ṣin tó bá jẹ́ pé nǹkan ẹyọ kan ṣoṣo péré báyìí ni bàbá ṣe tó reflect nínú ayé masses kò bá dáa. Ṣé o mọ̀ pé tí bàbá bá fẹ́ ṣe iná wípé òun fẹ́ kí iná máa wà ní Nàìjíríà 247 láì mú lọ ṣé o mọ̀ pé wọ́n máa ṣe kí ló tó ní ṣe wọ́n á ṣe wọ́n mọ bọ́ kí n máa ṣe tó máa fi dán bọ̀ wọ́n kọ̀wọ́ ṣe fún odidi ọdún 4. Àwọn kan wá ń give àwọn excuse ẹ ṣé bàbá ló bàjẹ́ ni. Àwọn kan ló bàjẹ́ wọ́n fa àwọn kan síbẹ̀ láti tún ṣe. Wọ́n ò fa àwọn kan síbẹ̀ láti bàjẹ́ sí. Wọ́n fa àwọn kan síbẹ̀ láti fẹ́ tún ṣe ni. Wọ́n ò ní pé káwọn kan wá bọ́ síbẹ̀ láti bàjẹ́ sí. Ṣé yìí Obi Cubana tó lọ bá àwọn méjèèjì àwọn ọmọ Ìgbò tẹ́ lọ bá wọ́n ń tàn ẹni o. Àwọn fún ara wọn tó bá dé ìgbà election tó bá lọ sí polling booth wọn tó fẹ́ vote wọn ní vote fún bàbá alukuriyan ọkọ̀ máa gbowó lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ ni wọ́n á jẹ́ campaign but táwọn fún ara wọn bá dé polling unit wọn tó fẹ́ vote tó fẹ́ tẹ̀ka wọn ní tẹ̀ka fún bàbá nítorí pé gbogbo wọn ẹlẹ́tàn ni wọ́n. Ṣé yìí ọmọ ìyá mi ó lè ṣe ó lè work it out. Ọlọ́run ẹ ti lówó ó ti ní bàbá ti ní ìyá ti ní everybody yín ti ní. Àwọn masses máa ń jìyà kò máa ń ṣe rọ. Ọlọ́run ṣe yìí mi ò parọ́ fún ẹ àlùkùrìyà. Ṣọ́ra àwọn yẹn tó ń sọ fún ẹ pé bàbá ń ṣe bàbá ò ṣe dáadáa wọ́n ń parọ́ ni. Wọ́n ń parọ́ ni. Ọlọ́run ọba ń gbọ́ láàrin mi àti ẹ̀ àwọn masses wọ́n sọ́fà yàtọ̀ sí pé kò sáàbò tó péye ní Nàìjíríà kò tún wá sí oúnjẹ fáwọn mẹ̀kúnnù àti jáde wọn lásán nígbà míì tẹ́lómi bá tọrọ 1,000 lọ́wọ́ mi ọmọ àgbà a grown up man báyìí ó tọrọ 1,000 kò ní ní. Ṣé yìí apárapọ̀ àwọn tó ń wò yẹn tọ́pọ̀ náà wọ́n parapọ̀ kíní kan o ṣe yìí torí pé o fẹ́ fún wọn lówó ni o ó yá mo díẹ̀ wọn wípé kó o má fún wọn lówó tó bá fi lè ṣe campaign kí n kú wọn ò ní ṣe wọn ò ní débẹ̀ ìkà ni wọn.
Okay. Okay. Oh.
And that law allows for people to be treated with dignity until they are found guilty. Let our law prevail. How do you tell somebody you're inviting him? He came back voluntarily in the country on his own. And you're treating him like somebody who's running away. No. Let the law follow its course. I've said it, I've written about it, and I continue to say so.
I do to the 10 factor, I cannot live.
Our country today is faced with an existential position of disunity. The first thing we want to do in this country is to unite this country. There's need for unity of Nigeria. There's need for Nigerians to come together and show love to each other. And Kaduna is one of the centers of a united Nigeria. We want to talk about melting point of unity of this country. We talk about Kaduna. This is one state, one city, where you used to have the Muslims, the Christians, live as one. Everybody wanted to be part of Kaduna. And coming here, living their own home, living in peace, in unity, secure. We want to end division in Nigeria. We don't want to hear issue of tribe or religion. Because as I say every day, no tribe buys bread and sugar. And no religion buys bread and sugar. We're all going through the same problem. So it becomes imperative that we work as a family. I want a secure Kaduna. I want a peaceful Kaduna. And I want a Kaduna where those who are serving here will be able to be working with them as a family. Abuja to Kaduna is less than 2 hours. So nothing stops the president who is in Abuja to drive down in Kaduna for a meeting and stay there for a day or two and go.
That's my president right there. Meanwhile, this guy don't enter market. He dey preach. Hey.
Allah mun tuba wajen yin kuskuren zaben wannan azzalumar gwamnatin ta Tinubu. Mu kiyaye saboda karara ta nuna cewa ba masoyin al'ummar Arewa bane, ba masoyin Arewa bane. Ga kwatance nan, ka duba abubuwan da suke faruwa a jihar Zamfara, ka duba abubuwan da suke faruwa a jihar Katsina, ka duba abubuwan da suke faruwa a Kebbi, Sokoto, Niger, Kwara, Benue, Plateau, Borno, Yobe, Gombe, gashi Bauchi ta dauka, sauran jihohin Arewa da ake zaman lafiya duka ya dauka. Wannan azzalumar gwamnati ta Tinubu ba sa kaunar mu, ba sa kaunar al'umma Arewa. Saboda haka kada mu kuskuren sake zaben wannan azzalumar gwamnatin ta Tinubu. Idan kunne ya ji jiki ya tsira, idan muka sake kuskuren sake zaben wannan azzalumar gwamnatin, to sai abin da muka gani kama daga tax da kuma kashe-kashe cin da mai Arewa take alfahari da noma. A yanzu haka ba mu isa mu shiga cikin gonakinmu domin mu noma abin da za mu ci a cikinmu ba. Abin ya gagara, ana gani ana ta kashe mu. Kai bari ku ji wani abu. Karara kawai na iyamurai ta nuna ne cewa suna so a raba Najeriya. Amma wannan gwamnatin ta Tinubu ita ce asalin mai so a raba Najeriya. Duk wani abu mai muhimmanci, duk wani abin da za a karu da shi a Arewa, an ɗauka an mayar da shi jihar Lagos. Ko kasafin kuɗi da yake yi, ka duba abin da ake ba ma jihar Lagos da abin da ake ba ma Arewa. Karara ta nuna cewa wannan gwamnatin ta Tinubu ba ta ƙaunar Arewa, ba ta son Arewa, saboda mai ko ba komai a ba mu zaman lafiya da za mu samu mu yi kasuwanci mu noma abin da za mu ci, amma ya gagara. Saboda haka mu kiyaye, mu tabbatar mun tanadi katinmu na zaɓe domin kayar da wannan azzalumar gwamnatin. Na gode.
He's a Kannywood actor from Kano State. Sadiq Sani Sadiq. He has begun grassroots mobilization against Tinubu government. We, the people of Arewa, will not sit back and watch rising insecurity in Katsina, Zamfara, Sokoto, Kebbi, Kaduna, Plateau, and now Bauchi. We must speak the truth and vote him out in 2027. 2027 indeed, Faye Daya say. Hey, let's go there now. Mona, listen to this.
All right, you said, someone said, Tinubu will not get enough votes. I can assure you that Tinubu will get more votes than 8 million this coming next. More than 8 million votes this coming election.
Right. Allow us, please. Hello, please.
When I saw the video, the footage, I think yesterday or 2 days ago, to be sincere, I was very happy. I was very happy because if you are somebody who understands political arithmetic, political mathematics, and how all of these things are divided, you will understand that this is in the favor of the president. It's in the favor of the president. And I can tell you for a fact, yes, Obi is going to get all the Southeast. For somebody, for the City Boy movement, someone was like, irrespective of what they do, Tinubu is never going to win. We're not talking about winning. You can win an election and your winning is still irrelevant. You can win a state and all the states you want, they are still irrelevant. What matters is what? All right, let's go back to the time of Buhari when it was getting 9 million votes, 10 million votes, and it 14 million votes, and he never became president. Why? Because we don't have the national spread. Tinubu, we have the national spread. Courtesy of the 31 governors that we have. That national spread is certain. Very, very certain. So for Obi and Kwankwaso, the national spread is not sure. It is not sure, and it's just like the way the vote was divided into 3 parts in 2023. It will also be divided into 3 parts come next year, and Tinubu will come out triumphant. Let's go back to.
I saw the video of Obi in Kano. I just laughed. I laughed because it's just a back of a dog that cannot do nothing. Election is in January. That's like less than 10 months from now. And they don't have a political party yet. Tinubu and APC have known that Tinubu is contesting again. They've been planning. How do you want to beat that? They said if you fail to plan, you do what? You plan to fail. Why Obi going to become personal is because ADC might be deregistered today. There's a court case currently going on to mandate INEC to deregister ADC. And he now wants to run to another political party. Sometimes I just...
All right, thank you, Tracy.
Who advises these guys? Who's advising them? Yeah. My advice to them is this, yeah. 2027, I saw the video. 2027 is gone already. Election is planned over time. Start planning for 2031.
First of all, I want to say that the coming together of Obi and Kwankwaso is something
I saw it.
unprecedented.
I'll share it. Thank you.
Because the Southwest and APC, they want to thrive on the belief that the Southwest and North can never have a political alliance. That is where their strength is from. With that said, Tinubu has his precedence. He has the precedence of not keeping to his word. Okay, let me give you an example. Tinubu is the first president that came into the seat and violated the Christian, the president to be Christian, the vice president to be a Muslim. He violated it. That shows his hunger for power. He's that kind of person. It's not constitutional, but it's moral. Wait. He's that.
I also saw your video. Thank you.
I'll share anybody under the bus for power. He got into power. He threw the knot under the bus too. So where is he going to get his vote from? My name is Peter. You don't have North Central. You don't have North East. You think? Let me tell you, there are two categories. There are 2 categories of Tinubu supporters. They are the ones from other tribes, people like Obi Kubana. For their selfish interest, this guy cannot pull crowd in his village. That is the truth. He's not doing it for a tenure. He's doing it for a tenure. Category are the Southwest people, the Yoruba people that feel like it's their brother. It is the truth. Those are the others. They don't know what to come from. This one is a mannequin. It's a mannequin. Because he's very fine coat and he's dressed like he's standing in front of the shop. You think it's part of. You are not part of it. You are not.
Correct. Moving along. Meanwhile, former Imo State Deputy Governor don decamp to ADC. Oya now.
Nigerians, they nearly finished Nigerian army today. They nearly finished our soldiers. They don't go tell on what I go tell you. The media will not tell you, but English.
Anyway, let me move forward from this. We're going to come back. Let's listen to.
I know you have been waiting for this video. I can bet $1,000 that y'all been waiting for this video, and I honestly did not want to do it. Because of the promise I've made, that no lie will go unchallenged. That's why I'm making this video. If not, I don't say I don't go answer Sowore again. A lot cannot be going on in the country, and I'll be looking for how to tell Sowore that he needs him to fight the government and not fight us. I don't say even if our government should make the other use and they go, may nobody answer him. However, that lie where you talk, my leader, say it's our big borrow crowd, not trying again. Not okay again. I don't even hear. I don't want to talk to you now. Made the termites where they follow you, not on they cry. You know, for like 1 week now that they whip like widows where kids, their husband, they cry crocodile tears follow everywhere. Mama P, you measure so what they do that you go can say, I dare you, are you looking? I don't know that God they take with time view. If not be time, many of you now for don't make una cry. It's like who walk through, not crack that. Back to the bone of contention, you still build a rent. Okay, I'm just going to post evidence. This is Peter Obi in Kano, February 9th. He said there to see the single market way born. We people tell us, say, no go that day, or say that day na Sunday. People go there as the rest. Markets born, you don't go see anybody. Which picture we want snap? Say you don't want to go see the market. Even now, only 3 people will sit there. You go snap with them, tell them sorry. The sense of visiting is to tell them sorry. The rest people will hear he came on Monday, that he must go on that Sunday. Say, voila. Now, so we take go. We reach single markets. The rest they say is true. Are you not going to say that this video is AI? Don't worry, you cannot bring it up. How could tell you they talk about the most popular politician in Africa?
Tell them.
I don't know that one they pay you. But be careful when you talk about that man, so you don't drown. Name is like the ocean, swallows anything because he has kept his hands clean. I mean, you rest. This message with the sending looks bad on you. It's making you now look ridiculous. Honestly, I feel bad talking to you. I don't want to add to your misery. See you today, you did vet they talk. I see where they talk to that son. I say, maybe you not go slap son. People pepper body. I don't know what they eat you. This point is that we need to pray for you. Talking worse than Okpebolo. Is that bad? You know, the people around you won't tell you, or they go, or they know, they tell you, yes, sir. Now we will tell you the truth. You are talking worse than. I mean, you know, God will help you, sir. I feel bad now. Everybody, hashtag pray for Sowore. It's why don't be like Juju. We may not be saying that they do Juju for Sowore. Oh. Yes. Hashtag pray for Sowore. Everybody writes it, they're tagging. Let him know we are praying for him. Share this one and still entered crowd. I mean, we buy this one. Okay, this one our crowd. God will heal you. God will heal your heart. God will make you realize that there's no light in Nigeria and we are all sweating. God will make you realize that MC Oluomo carry soldiers today, enter civilian office.
You not sit down and talk.
God will make you realize the real issues happening in Nigeria and that is not Peter Obi. God will do it. Hashtag pray for Sowore. Thank you very much for listening.
This is where he was saying that Peter Obi borrowed crowd in Kano. Sure, he's high. Anyway, let me go to. Okay, let's first listen to her. Okay. This man is too low. Peter Obi's, what he's saying is Peter Obi's visit is not the reason why Sheikh Ahmed Tijani Umar was arrested. Joining ADC is the main reason why he was arrested. Oh, God. Yeah. All right. I don't know what's wrong with what did they call her? Sheung. Somebody should go and check up on him. He said Peter Obi is working for Abacha. I don't understand. Anyway, Please, let me go to the essential.
Madi Shehu from the human rights perspective. One of the subjects we discussed this morning has to do with the fact that over 30 persons who boarded a train on March 28 from Abuja to Kaduna are still in the custody of terrorists. A few days ago, we saw the men being flogged, subjected to torture, ultimate, unacceptable indignity. Now, what do you think that the federal government still needs to do? Because the victims are saying the federal government should act. If the federal government is not going to act, the international community should step in. The terrorists are saying, well, the federal government has refused to talk to them. And if they continue to hold that stance, they will turn their hideout into a slaughterhouse, into an abattoir. So from the human rights perspective, Madi Shehu, and then General, you can talk about the security implications and what needs to be done. That has not been done. Madi Shehu, I'll start with you.
Yes, Dr. Abati, I will be honest with you. I have lost confidence that the federal government is willing to do anything to save these people from further dehumanization and degradation. Why am I saying this? 100 days plus, still counting. Mom is the word. Every day is one assurance after another assurance. One confidence after another confidence coming up from the presidency. We've not seen it happening. These people are helpless. They have been dehumanized. They have been traumatized. The question is, assuming the president's child is one of those in the custody of the terrorist, assuming a minister is one of those in the hands of the terrorist, assuming a governor or a governor's son or a governor's wife or a minister's wife or a wife of one of the generals, assuming their relations are part and parcel of those people in the custody of the terrorists, will the result be the same? Will the government behave in the same way? And the answer is no. It is because the people in custody now are people of a downtrodden status. That was why they were asking a question yesterday. What is their offense? What offense have they committed? This is the best way to create tribalists and to create fools. In the Greek nation state, there are three categories of people anywhere in the country, anywhere in the world. There are fools, there are tribalists, and there are citizens. A fool is somebody who thinks only about himself, dream about himself, plan for himself, protect only himself. For a fool, if he is safe, let everybody be exposed to maximum insecurity. For a fool, if he has eaten, let everybody go to bed hungry. For a fool, if he has a shelter over his head, let everybody sleep in the open. That is a fool. A tribalist is somebody who thinks only about his own tribe, dream about his tribe, plan for his tribe, secure only his own tribe. For a tribalist, if anything bad befalls another tribe, as long as his tribe is safe, let that calamity befall anybody. For a tribalist, if his tribe's people are comfortable, let everybody remain uncomfortable. For a tribalist, if his own tribe people are prospering, let every other tribe go down. That is a tribalist for you. A citizen is that person who thinks first of others before himself. You only think of, how do I defend my country? How do I improve the status and the life and living of other people? He feels the pains of other people. But who creates fools? Leaders. Who creates tribalists? Leaders. Who creates citizens? Leaders. A governor who ascends to power as a pauper within a span of 6, 3, 4, 10 months, he has stolen so much money, building houses, buying houses in Abuja, in Lagos, in Port Harcourt, in Dubai. And still that governor wants the citizens of his own state to become willing citizens. They'll become fools. They will not become willing citizens to build a state. A situation whereby a citizen's life cannot be protected, his life cannot be guaranteed. His properties can be destroyed. That victim of state ineptitude cannot be a willing citizen. He would rather go back and become a tribalist or become what? Or become a fool. It is the responsibility of the state to ensure that they don't create more fools. In Nigeria today, there are more fools justifiably, there are more tribalists justifiably, and there are less citizens because of the inaction, action, and reaction on the state, or of the state, on the issue of lives, properties, dignity, and honor of citizens. In a country where you see a governor borrowing money to build an airport, a governor borrowing money to build a bridge, a governor borrowing money to pay salaries and pension, you could see the disconnect. Already the federal government is broke, and this is official. 4 trillion naira, 3 trillion naira borrowed. To do what? To pay salaries. To do what? To pay pensions. To do what? Overhead cost. 3 trillion naira in the last quarter, between January to April this year was borrowed for this purpose. You could see the disarray, you can see the disconnect, you can see the confusion right from this to the local government. For even talk about local government, from the state to the federal, is total confusion.
Okay.
Total disconnect between the citizens and the government. Such that if anybody is expecting any miracle, that miracle will not come.
What?
Okay, we move. APC they fight with APC. Person APC collect from APC thief, APC collect. Olegbe. Let's move forward to the important matters that brought me here. All right, we already know the state of electricity in Nigeria. Okay, here's your man again in the markets, campaigning very viciously against Tinubu and his oppressive government. All right, now let's listen to Emir Saddam's take on what Very Dark Man said.
A few days ago, I made a video calling out Omoye Shore and the role he plays in being a puppet for the government. And what I called him and labeled him an opposition of the opposition. And, you know, it's good seeing how Nigerians are beginning to understand these things. And I see many people talking about it. And he's actually clocking it out because with his latest video to Alex Oti and seeing the feedback from Nigerians is entertaining to watch. And Nigerians are now waking up to the reality of what many of us have been saying for the past couple of years now about the man in person and how he operates. I don't even go to the fact that you can't point to me one video of Sowore calling out his state governor. I don't even know the governor's name on those states. I've seen videos of his local government, the schools there, the roads there. There's nothing. Sowore state is like the aftermath of apocalypse, right? And you don't see him do these things. You don't see him call them out. So you begin to wonder if charity does not begin from home when you're talking about Sowore. But this is not about Sowore. This video is about Very Dark Man as a person. And this is not shit to Very Dark Man because honestly speaking, I respect a whole lot of what he does. But I saw a content that on social media and I was like, I have to react to this content and also bring it to his own bearing. Maybe he doesn't know because nobody knows all. There are places that we all fall, right? But it's important I put this out there. Hopefully, members of his Rattle team can send this to him, let him see, and also understand that nobody's beyond criticism. I love to be criticized. I want to know what I'm doing wrong. I want to get better as a person. I believe that if you're genuinely I believe that if you genuinely have the interest of humanity, you always want to know what you're doing wrong so you can always get better. And before I play the content, I want to play back a part of what I said a few weeks ago because I made this Sowore video a few weeks ago. I just posted it on Sunday because it's hard to do it. Sowore again coming out to speak. I was like, let me put it out. But let me play a part of the video I made about Sowore. And the record come down. And I say this for people to understand how Tinubu hierarchy of slavery operates. So Tinubu has, on one hand, people that eulogize him. Tinubu has, on the other hand, people that criticize him. So the people that they eulogize us and they criticize us are working in tandem for him. They eulogize us and they criticize us. They don't even know that. They don't even know that they're actually in one camp. This man just up there playing them like this. So for the eulogizers, you have the Boalas
the Renos, the FFKs, and you can name them, and all your the chief priests and the rest. Then for the criticizers, you have the likes of them. Sorry, I don't want to call some names until they unravel themselves, but I know they will unravel themselves. They are currently criticizing Tinubu with their voice, but when they unravel themselves, people don't understand what I'm saying. Tinubu pays both sides. He plays both sides. Why? When you know that you're dirty as a person, if somebody comes and tell you that you're smelling, you know that you're smelling, you won't take offense in it because you know that actually you're smelling. Tinubu knows that he's a dirty cop. So even if you come and say that he's a dirty cop, you're not putting any stain on him. He's already what he is. So when you see him, once in a while come out and criticize one man, Tinubu, call him a drug dealer, call him a this, call him a that, you take him to court and all these things. It is all part of the program. It is all part of the program. Because how do you win the conscience of Nigerians if you're not criticizing Tinubu sometimes? How do you win the conscience of all Nigerians if you're not talking about Tinubu sometimes? To look like you are for the people. Meanwhile, your bigger agenda is to make sure that Tinubu actually stays in power by hook or by crook. I'm of the opinion that the biggest way out of Nigeria right now is through revolution. It might need a revolution to save Nigeria from what we are passing through. If this political space is totally hijacked, the way out is a revolution in Nigeria. Guess what's hijacked that whole revolution? Sorry. All right. Let me just keep it there so that I cannot jump into what I'm saying, what I intend to say today. So you can see I made this analogy weeks back. It's not about now or about events that are happening now. So there's no like a preconceived notion or agenda behind this notion. This is just how I think or what I believe, knowing Tinubu fully well that he plays both sides. So he has current people that are actually acting like, oh, they're anti-Tinubu, but meanwhile they're playing one side. He plays both sides covertly and overtly, right? And so Nigerians are just in the mix of the center. See, oh, this guy, like me now, calling him out, dragging him, correct, but probably behind the scene now, I'm still working for him. It's a possibility. That's how Tinubu operates. If you know him, that's how he operates. Because he needs people that can conscientize Nigerians. So when I say something tomorrow, you can be like, but this guy is always calling Tinubu out. But see him now, he's saying this. Well, maybe he's, trying to be balanced or something. And this is why I call him. Very dark man, you're someone that I would call almost like the online police of Nigerian social media space. And rightfully so, you have deserved that title because you have done a whole lot of great works. I'm not even going to talk down on the great things you have done, right? And which is highly commendable. But where I always come in. If you hear me, I'm always more about the politics of Nigeria because I believe that politics shapes everything. And I believe that if you get the politics right, so many other things will fall into line. So many of the things that you do as a person is because politics have been wrong. And you have to step into the gap, which is commendable. But I really want to understand because you're on record saying how bad this Tinubu government is. So it is not even something that we're going to argue. Say talk good about the government. You are on record criticizing this government, which is the right thing any sane mind should do. So if you're on record calling this government out, shouldn't it be that your normal body language should be, how can we replace this government? That should be the normal mindset of any Nigerian currently. If Tinubu's government is so bad that you criticize them,
then you should be thinking about ways to get out.
Actively participating to see how we can
exactly.
Even let's say you're political. Let's say you don't want to get involved in the process. At least you are on social media, you see events that are highlighting towards taking this government out. I believe you should amplify it. Okay, let's even say you don't want to amplify it. Something very big happened over the weekend. Tinubu's government has consistently been damaging the morale, the psyche, the mentality, the mindset of Nigerians. It's been a mental war that is going on with Nigerians. And you came out and highlighted it. Rightfully so. And you even told Nigerians that what you're projecting is a third term. I've been on record saying it for so long, actually, that Tinubu is actually planning for a third term. That's about 2027. But when you came out to make this statement, I'm a very firm believer that there are no coincidences in life. A very big event happened in Kano over the weekend. Peter Obi went out to Kano State and we saw the video. It was trending. There is no how very dark why you did not see that video. There is no how on earth you did not see that video. And for someone that talks about social events, I was expecting probably you would have come out and say, wow, finally there's a glimpse of hope for Nigerians that if politicians align rightfully so, we can kick this government out. I was expecting you to do that. Even if you did not do it, I won't have a problem with you because you're choosing to be apolitical. But then you come out less than 24 hours of that event happening. Then you come out and tell Nigerians this.
All right, so what I'm about to say now about President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and APC may likely not make sense to you.
I decide that everybody now. I not trust any one of them.
Makes sense to me right now. With the way APC are currently campaigning, with the amount of people with the amount of governors that have already become to APC, with the way they intensify in their campaign, you saw what they went to do in London. You saw what they have been doing, sharing rights, with the whole governor. 31 governors out of 35 governors are with APC.
31
That's
votes.
like a guarantee.
31 votes.
That's a very big guarantee for 2027 election.
How can you say big guarantee?
Most of the people in the House of Assemblies, they are APCs. With all of this, it is a guarantee that this man will get 2027 because all they have to do, all these governors, is just for them to rig.
How convenient.
And this is what you came out to tell Nigerians, that 2027 is a guarantee for Parliament Tinubu, which is the biggest lie on earth, which is a moral shattering.
Exactly.
In a time whereby Nigerians are seeing hope, you came out to this. And I saw other people react to the content. I was like, no, I'm not going to come out from the virtual part. Let us analyze what you said. In 2023, one man came out and contested for the presidency. He had no governors, no House of Rep members, no senators, no anybody behind him.
Well, welcome, Jolade.
And he was rigged out. It is not 10 years ago. It is not 6 years ago. It is not 5 years ago. This is just 3 years ago. This happened before our very eyes. You witnessed it as a Nigerian. We all saw it happen. So getting all the governors is no guarantee that you will retain your position as a president. We have seen incumbent presidents go before in Nigeria. It's not the first time. We have seen a president serve one term. It's not the first time in Nigeria. Presidents that were 100 times better than Tinubu left. Jonathan was 1 billion times better than Tinubu, but he left under one term. What you're indirectly saying here is that Nigerians don't have the power to choose their leaders. That they will rig it. So you are subconsciously programming the minds of Nigerians, especially your supporters and your followers, to feel like 2027 is already a foregone issue, which is insane to me to understand. For someone that I understand that you are smart, you want people to know that anybody that tells you that that is not smart doesn't have sense. You're a very smart person. You know what you're saying or what you're doing. The power of the people is and will forever be greater than the people in power. You should know this. If Tinubu has already won 2027, he will not be sharing rice. He will not be spending billions in bribing people. He will not be doing everything to convince governors to come to his camp. It is all a psychological warfare. And for someone of your status, that 24 hours after the biggest coalition of opposition leaders in Peter Obi of the Obedient Movement and Kwankwasia of the Kwankwasia movement, you come out to tell Nigerians that, 2027 is already guaranteed. How? Guaranteed where? My brother, I do not want to box you into people that I feel in my mindset that are covertly or overtly working for Bola Tinubu. But I will tell you one thing, is that there are so many smart Nigerians that know how to read between the lines. And one thing about Nigerians, that you're a hero today, you're a villain tomorrow.
Exactly.
There's nothing you can do for Nigerians that I know that will not make Nigerians turn on you 360.
Bam. I'm telling you, he's getting there. If he continues to follow this trajectory, it's rubbish. And he has a huge following.
You don't want to participate in making sure we take him out. Please don't stand in our way.
Exactly.
Please don't come and demoralize Nigerians. Don't come and tell us that 2027 is guaranteed. How and where? Who go vote out? You're telling us our vote will not count, and you have a great movement. Why are you not telling your people that, guys, we must resist and protect our votes? Don't even tell anyone to vote for anybody, but tell Nigerians that your vote must count. That is your duty, your patriotic duty as a Nigerian. Except you're okay with the status quo. I will leave it here so it doesn't get so long and I can see there's a personal attack on your person. But please, my brother, the witch cannot cry in the night and the child will die in the morning.
Exactly.
It cannot be happening with the movement and P2B. Then the money come and demoralize them. You never even spoke about that one
at all.
Just want to say,
what are you trying to do?
Guaranteed. You even mentioned it twice. Guaranteed. For what? How? Come on, NVDM, please. You can do better.
May not just talk put, may you keep quiet, because as it take popular now, so it go still go down. Make you remember that one. Now human being you be. So I bet may everybody respect themselves. Everybody eye the red. Okay, this was where Peter Obi went to Katsina to go and sympathize with the people. Let's listen to a little bit of it.
Peter Obi stressed the need to grow the economy through skills acquisition and job creation, while also prioritizing women and persons living with disabilities. The former governor of Anambra State also condoled with families affected by recent killings in parts of Katsina State, describing the situation as unacceptable.
I will come to the north and sit down with stakeholders and discuss. I'll go to the east, I'll go to the west. We'll go to everywhere to ensure that we secure the we work hard to give people natural security by bringing our people out of poverty. Because you cannot rule out what is happening today. You can't rule out poverty.
The former presidential candidate renewed his call for urgent action to address insecurity and economic hardship across the country, assuring Nigerians that meaningful change is possible. With a message of hope and urgency, He told supporters that the party remains focused on building a new Nigeria, one where dignity, security, and opportunity are guaranteed for all.
We must be able to unite the country, devoid of religious divide and tribal divide. So we have peace. The next is to secure the country. We have enough to secure the country by ensuring that all our security are together.
Leaders of the African Democratic Congress at the event raised concerns over rising insecurity and economic challenges, calling on Nigerians to support the party's rescue mission. They also emphasized national unity, inclusion, and restructuring as critical steps toward achieving sustainable
Restructuring
development.
is very important.
According to them, economic recovery would be driven through skills acquisition, job creation, and deliberate policies aimed at empowering citizens.
Restructuring is very important. I like that.
These are countries that introduce programs and policies in order to remain one. We introduce NYC, we introduce civil service, foreign character, and a lot of other policies so that we remain one. But we still talk about non-South, we still talk about Igbo Hausa, we still talk about Muslim, non-Muslim. I'm citing our digital while even with attest to this in the last 8 or so years. The name Peter Obi has permeated the Nigerian political space. The name has become a household name in Nigeria. It is therefore a thing of joy and pride for us in the African Democratic Congress.
They further urged Nigerians to support the ADC, expressing confidence that the party can deliver meaningful change if given the opportunity.
Correct. Let's go there. Meanwhile, a man was arrested for allegedly shouting "No water, no light" during Bago's visit to Suleja. This man are arresting critics now 5 and 6. 5 and 6. This is not the first time he's doing it. Anyway, they were talking about the rice palliative skits that they saw. That was played out recently. There was a skit about they giving APC giving Nigerians rice for everything. Anyway, let's listen to this guy Clinton.
Let's speak about this guy called Omoye for a minute, right? Because he's come under severe attack in the Nigerian social media for making a statement against the one governor that a lot of us would define as the best performing governor in Nigeria as we speak. And there's something that surprised me. It's not what he said. What surprised me is the reaction he seems to be getting from a lot of Nigerians that I believe are progressive Nigerians that have a lot of brains.
Please, Clinton, rest. Go and rest somewhere. Okay, so this is in Ilorin. EFCC storms Kwara Polytechnic at 5 a.m. guys. Arrest students preparing for exam. Only in Nigeria. They no kuku rate education. Bandit attacked Oye Okon community this afternoon. This is in Kwara State again. And then there were 3 bomb explosions along Babana Road in Bogu local government of Niger State yesterday. Let's keep going. This one is talking about how thank God for President Trump, Nigeria City Boys movement would have brought this APC headquarters to Nigeria. They're not born there. When they enter, they no go come out. If you know wetin ICE they do for airports now, even local travel, oh my God, they will regret their life. They should come to America. We dey wait for them. They should try it. They should test it. Obi Kubana, whatever their names are. They will not go back. Anyway, it's game over for Tunumbu. Some imams and Islamic scholars who supported the Muslim ticket are now speaking against it, calling it a deception. The message is spreading widely. He reportedly cannot recite Suratu Fatiha properly, while Dino Melaye, a Christian, is said to recite it more correctly than him. Fale Daya say, that na the new hashtag now. So now that one I go to use. Next time when I come back, I go use them.
And here, our minister apologizing for the darkness we are facing and the heat within Nigeria no get back to. This heat now from hell. How can you be in heat? No light. And salary is so poor. When you are paying even road safety, policemen, civil defense, you are paying them 120,000. With their 120,000 and petrol is 1,400. That means with a policeman, civil defense, road safety salary, custom, they can only afford to buy with their entire salary. They can only afford to buy 85 liters a month with their entire salary. Children can't sleep at night. Wife too, they pour water for body, pour water. Can you tell me that hell will even be more difficult than this country? Because this is Nigeria is like living in hell. Is hell on earth. My friend, Mr. Penkelemes, you are my friend. We chat sometimes. I feel sorry for you. But apology alone will not do it. Apology alone will not do this. President too must come and apologize. And I pray you give us the light into.
Apology, call. Apology is not solving the problem. Apology. Majority singing on your mandate today were once on the side of truth, but change mouth. See this one, na mumu. We listen to Rana Edo mumu be that. Okay, this is what brought me out. The EU partnership with Nigeria. Let's read it together. This is from International Partnership Europa. And it says governance and peace security. Let's go there. So make we scroll down. Accept only essential cookies. Okay. Where is this governorship? Aha. The EU. This is it. This is where we have governance, peace, and security. The EU collaborates with Nigeria to promote stability and security by supporting democratic governance, exclusive participation of young people, women, and people with disabilities, and fostering peace-building efforts. Key actions include promoting conflict resolution and prevention. 1. Supporting peaceful and resilient borders. 2. Encouraging community-led initiatives for conflict prevention and stability. Supporting conflict mitigation and community peace initiatives in northwest Nigeria. Strengthening relations between farmers and herders in Adamawa and Taraba. Promoting the reintegration of former combatants, including Boko Haram associates in Borno, Yobe, and Adamawa states. Una hear am? This is where your APC government is taking it from. This was during the time of Buhari. This was where they signed this EU agreement. So now you understand why they keep reintegrating them and forgiving them. They will now come out and tell you they are forgiving bandits. Now you know. Let's move forward. Okay? And it has been trending on Twitter. Now, in Ebonyi State today, Dave Umahi went for a project inspection and instructed the soldiers to flog civil servants who arrived late. Not done, Umahi, this mumu man, supervised the flogging. Hey, God abeg o. Na the civil servants na im me I vex for. Dem no fit gather beat the Dave Umahi. God forbid. Tinubu is a failure. Not be today. There are people are still crying about electricity. The same article is still trending. This was where your Adelabu, he no fit provide light. He dey apologize.
My people, here our minister of power, apologizing to us.
There's no need. I think we already saw that. Now, investigation inside 1.6 billion naira Unilag hostel that became part of the crisis it was built to resolve. They built the hostel finish. Guess how much? 1 million naira per space. The people when they claim say they wan build am for lie, not be they build am for. E enter voice mail. Una listen.
How did a taxpayer-funded Unilag hostel end up charging the same rate as private and profit-driven hostels on Unilag campus? This was how it happened. To alleviate the high cost and non-availability of hostels in Unilag, a 1.6 billion naira hostel was funded by the federal government as a zonal intervention project, more commonly referred to as a constituency project. For many students, this appeared to offer the hope of relief, but that hope faded quickly. This hostel, named Femi Bajebiamila Hall of Residence, charges 950,000 naira for a single room and 710,000 naira for a bed space in a formal room. For many students, this is more than 3 times their tuition. This pricing of a taxpayer-funded intervention project simply mirrors the cost of other private and commercial hostels on Unilag campus. Some of the students say they felt that the price of accommodation at Baja Hall was high because it was a new hostel that would cost money to maintain. But guess what? They were wrong. Business Day investigation found out that aside from the 1.6 billion naira allocated for the construction of the project, the Femi Bajebiamila Hall of Residence has also been maintained over time with public funds. In the 2024 budget, close to 500 million naira was allocated for the maintenance of this hostel. This calls to question the price Unilag charges for accommodation in a hostel built and maintained with taxpayers' money. Business Day estimated that with full occupancy at the 484-bed space hostel, the University of Lagos will be generating 300 million naira annually from the Bajebiamila Hall of Residence. The project's branding as a donation also created a false impression, leading some to see it as a personal gift rather than a public asset. Between high cost and political branding, the project
I'm telling you, Tracy, they know what they are doing. It's a profit making, you know, here at 1 million. Hey, the level of corruption that is happening in Nigeria, we will not know the extent of it. This is a different story. We'll come back to it. Let me play the video that you shared with me before I forget, Tracy. Let me pull that up. Bajami, they know what they are doing now. It's profit for profit. It's nothing else. These people are thieves. They don't know anything else but to steal. That's all they know. Thieves. All of them are thieves. Where is it? Okay. So just because I wore Tinubu cap, people started insulting me. I didn't even say anything just because of ordinary cap. This is not nice. Billionaire, all these billionaire when they throw around. Paul Okudili Onwara. Who is he? They not stone you. Somebody in the comments said they not stone you.
Anything.
Wait, let's start it again.
Aswaju, I have known Aswaju before now. So if somebody is somebody you know and you wear the same cap is wearing, does it mean that you convince? Do I convince them to vote for Aswaju? I've not said anything.
You are advertising.
Insulting people, is it the way forward?
He's even an evangelist.
It's not the way forward.
Not only it's not the way forward, it might be like it's not the way forward. You are wearing a cap that has brought misery to the people. As an evangelist, you should be ashamed of yourself. Eh? Let me pull up the other video, Jerry.
Did you know that?
The president is not aware of this because all those who are connected with this are mentioning the name of the president that is their father in Israel, the one who is enabling this illegality. I choose not to believe. We note that only recently President Bola Ahmed Tinubu spoke glowingly well about the place of the court and the rule of law as the pillars of democracy. Those were the fine words, but the moment is a litmus test to continue this illegal occupation. What we witnessed was not a police operation. It was a military-style invasion to subvert the judiciary. Nigeria is not a jungle. We must not return to a state of nation where might makes right. But the event of March 24 suggested, March 24, 2026, suggested that those in charge of our security apparatus believe we have already moved into a state of nation where we came from. It's a rape of the judicial system. This is a pure and unadulterated case of contempt of court, not just by individuals, but by institutional machinery of the state. When security agencies choose which court order to obey and which to ignore, we no longer have the rule of law, we have the rule of men. If the executive arm of government, led by President Bola Tinubu, who is the father of the nation, no longer wishes to allow the court to function, they should have the courage to address the nation and declare that the keys to all the courts be submitted to the presidency. Let them state plainly that judgments are mere pieces of paper that can be shared by bayonets and public bombs. But they cannot have it both ways. This case is a litmus test of the president. This is the second time that I'll be addressing Nigerian press on behalf of my client, Comrade Tajudi Barua. The last time was, I think, about close to a year ago. We called on the president. We have made a lot of newspaper publication, including Nation newspaper, where they told us that if it is put in the Nation newspaper, that the president will read it. We put it there, yet we do not see any result. And we do not want to believe that the president is not aware of this, because all those who are connected with this are mentioning the name of the president that is their father in Israel and is the one who is enabling this illegality. I choose not to believe. Anyway, but the president will have to prove it to us whether they are right or we are.
I'm telling you, boldly written.
Whether we are the people who are right or they are the people who are right. We note that only recently, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu spoke glowingly well about the place of the court and the rule of law as the pillars of democracy. Those were the fine words, but the moment is a litmus test. The president cannot claim ignorance of what is happening in NURTW. The use of Nigerian police, the army, and other security agencies to install an elected individual into an office reserved by law for Comrade Ibikule Tajudi Barua is a high-level operation that requires executive coordination. We call on the president, using this forum, this opportunity we have, to immediately direct the Inspector General of Police to arrest all illegal occupants of URTW National Office and restore Comrade Ibikule Barua to his rightful position as affirmed by the Court of Appeal, which is the last court of the land on industrial matter. 2, order a full investigation into the role of Nigerian Army. It should let us know what Nigerian Army is doing in the Union Office. To the extent that the DPO Gariki is the one making a video coverage.
Wow.
So whether the police has become part of the crisis in NLTW. The president should help us to investigate and let us know. He should order a full investigation into the role of Nigerian Army and other security agencies in the brazen subversion of court order that happened yesterday, March 24, 2026. 3, he should reaffirm his commitment to the rule of law in this country, not by mere words or by pretense, but by decisive actions that demonstrates that no individual, no matter how connected or high placed, is above the Constitution of Nigeria. In conclusion, we refuse to stand by while our judicial system is raped and the Constitution is set ablaze. We call on Nigerian Bar Association. We have visited to the Bar Association before on this matter, but we are yet to hear their voice on this issue, on trampling of 3 court judgments of court. We call on Nigerian Bar Association, the National Judicial Council of Nigeria, NJC, civil society organization, and all lovers of democracy to condemn this descent into anarchy and state of nation. If a man with 3 favorable judgments from the National Industrial Court and the Court of Appeal cannot take his office without being arrested, molested, and replaced by non-contestant under military and police escort, then the democracy we profess to practice is a sham. Under military regime, that we have a court judgment, a court order, and it will be disobeyed with flagrant disdain. The problem of disobedience of court order started with the last regime, and it's very unfortunate. I'm talking of the regime of the President Buhari, and you see that all those that disobey court order there, all of us know where they are now, because now they find themselves in the belly of the lion. Yes, the former Attorney General is standing trial now in the country, all because of the fact that if he has handled his office very well, he will not be where he is today. And that's to tell you that power is transient. Nobody will be there forever. So whatever thing you do today will be what they will use as your scorecard tomorrow. In my experience as a lawyer, as soon as we get judgment, we will congratulate the person who wins, because we can be sure, especially if it is judgment of the last court, we can be sure it will be obeyed. But in this one, it has been.
I say APC, they fight APC.
We have written to Nigerian Labour
APC buy form, another APC buy form. They disqualify one. Oh my God.
We've written to so many people on this matter, but we even wrote to National Security Advisor. He attended to our letter, and they invited MC Oluomo to Lagos. He didn't come; his lawyer came. Only for another. A date was now given for him to return. When I spoke with the people, they said that he said they should not worry, that he's not going to return. Till today, we didn't hear anything about that letter again. It's as if he is above the law. And the issue is that he has father in Israel. So because he's dropping names in the presidency. When they met with the Minister of Labor, he said it then, that it's only the president of Nigeria that can tell him to vacate the office. That if you tell him to vacate the office today, he will vacate today. What kind of impunity is that one? That is on your question. Then to
in the furniture business.
Oh my God, wonders. Okay, now let's move over.
There are people that on the mayor of calling INEC, their blood pressure calibrates because of what they have suffered. When bandits are killing people, they remember when an individual starts to say technical glitch and said, I've declared the results, if you disagree, go to court. These have inflicted monumental pains in Nigerians that they're living with. So it is left for INEC to redeem its image, which from their body language,
of course,
they are still operating within the parameters of confusion. So we cannot judge them yet. Maybe they may decide to align with posterity and do justice. That I don't want to predict. But for grading
of institutions in Nigeria, I think INEC is the lowest.
So if I understand it, the proclamations, policy statements we are getting, especially from judiciary, from the executive, and from the legislature, and I subsume INEC under the executive, even though they are independent in a way. You are saying it's all part of a grand plan by the government, probably to remain in office after maybe Nigerians have endured 3.5 years?
You see, our institutions currently in Nigeria are not different from captives who are currently with the bandits in the forest. That's how our institutions are.
Hey!
If you have watched how bandits put a captive with guns and ask them, can you speak? Can you say this? Tell them, and then they will go and beat them. They will hit them with guns. Our institutions are under the jackboot of a dictator. Now, the worst of this is the judicial. The judicial is worst affected. You see, Nigerians criticize the judiciary heavily, but they are operating in an environment that is very, very toxic and very, very hostile. And it takes only men of courage to adopt the principle and tradition of judicial activism. That is to put your line and your job on the line for the purpose of justice. That I will do justice, whether I will die or I will live. And you see, human differences played a very great role in it. But we have a great Nigerian who led the president to be Justice Elias Tobias, who during the military put pressure on him to give judgment in favor of the government. But he refused. He gave judgment against the government and resigned. And immediately he resigned, he was appointed a judge of The Hague, International Court of Justice. The Hague.
Because the world was watching.
As we are talking to you now, talking with you now, the theodolite of the entire world is zoomed to what we are saying here. Because the world believes that Trust Television is running on the touchline of risks to try to moderate opinions that resemble the feelings and the thought of Nigerians. So the world is interested.
Michael, welcome. I'm telling you, he's trying to, Asiwaju is trying to move the capital back to Lagos. I hope you guys are aware of that. Rumors have it.
This also brings us back to the topic you were discussing before about.
I bet more than like if you never like, double tap the screen to like if you haven't like, or click on the 3 dots.
Government is so powerful that the states cannot do anything. And the states also know that once the head is rotting, they can as well be rotting and nothing will happen. However, let me continue by saying that the only opposition the APC has is the Peter Obi, not a political party. So if Peter Obi moves tomorrow to party 1, 2, 3, the followers, they are not members of political party who have been oppressed and dehumanized to forcefully take rights and belong to a party. No, Peter Obi is a movement and a structure. And so even if it is 1 month, we are here. And I dare to tell all of those who are standing today upon the mandate, including the chief priest and the rest. When chief priest made a comment in one of his videos, he simply said that not until the day Seyi Tinubu took him to his father, all his enemies started running. Who be your enemy? Who they pursue you? So the reason chief priest joined APC was not because he was convinced about the personality and political party of Bola Ahmed Tinubu or APC, but because of his personal interest. However,
As we get towards the 2027 general election, APC have been sharing rice, and people are collecting. I made a video this afternoon and I just posted on my page. Somebody from the UK, after I made the video and posted, several people reached out to me and said, if you were in our shoes, you go collect the money. They gave us £800. And then, hold on, and then I said, if you cannot sacrifice your future, £800 for 2 days, this is what they are using our monies to do. Share money. And the question is, a government who loves her people will not share rights to people as if the people are beggars. They will empower the people with infrastructure for the people to take care of themselves and think for themselves. But today, reverse is the case. In as much as we are very disappointed, we must realize that we have a future to protect. Our future, the future of our children, and the future of this great nation called Nigeria, the envy of every country. And that is why after 37 years, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu could walk into the United Kingdom without seeing any of us officially for 37 years, but they still borrow 746 million pounds. There is something in Nigeria that we must all unravel and become the giant of the world. Thank you.
That is a salient point right there. We need to unravel it. 746 person just borrow you money like that. They said that they listen to APC and lies na 5 and 6 now today. No watch Amuneke to relieve tension small.
My dear people of Olani, it has been brought to my notice that a lot of people are peddling lies, blatant lies against me, Governor Amuneke, on how I've been running my government, saying that I am not transparent, that I'm embezzling money, calling me all sorts of names. There's one somebody posted that said I'm a promiscuous, sir. Why? Whatever it is. A homie. And I said, no. This time around, I'm going to lead by example. Got that part. Yes, sir. I'm going to lead by example. Right? I'm going to show people how to govern. That I love and care about them. And that is why I've gathered from both from federal allocation to internally revenue generated. And the segregate it into different budgeting proportion for that, so that they can see it. Separated it so that they can see it. This one is security fund, pipeline waters and road construction, healthcare. Health is what? Well. Health is what? Well. Educational funds. These are basic needs. And someone is coming to say this, I'm not fit for the second tenure, that 2027 is not for me. Why? Come with the camera. This is, come. What is the issue? Now, this is what your preposterous government has protected. Come that thing again. Just come. Come and see. What? Come and see what they have protected for themselves for campaign. Come and see. That's it. Now, look. This is what they budgeted for the campaign. Close that door. Close that. Bundle that move to outside. Bundle him outside. Give me what belongs to the people. Give what? Give Ade Caesar. Is there any other person that want to follow you? No, Your Excellency. Come. You and you. Take education. Take your Excellency. Take. You. Two of you. Share security funds.
Thank you, Your Excellency.
Prepare my flight to London. I want to go and see Queen.
Okay. Warrior MD, welcome. Good day to you. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Bandits, ISWAP, Mahmuda.
Warrior Andy, you don't like oh, double tap to like.
Real-time electronic transmission of their activities. They are doing electronic transmission of their kidnap ransom. They are doing TikTok live, electronic discussion of their kidnapping activities. They are on Twitter, tweeting electronically. Government, they tell me that they cannot electronically transmit my vote from the polling unit to IREV. It not work. A government that wants to take my tax, a government, I transfer money from one account, enter another account, you collect tax inside. Shame no catch you. I transfer money from account A to another B, you collect tax, but you no want transmit election result electronically. So you like my tax, but you not like my vote. Boy, I pour you spit at Babio. Your head is not correct. I pour you spit. Pregnant where they 8 months and 2 weeks. I pour you that pregnant woman spit. I pour you 90-year-old a day spit. I pour you a power day winner spit. You want my tax, but you don't want my vote. You are taking my tax, but you don't need my vote. You know how to take my tax, but you don't care about my vote. So I should give you money. You want to reap where you did not sow. You want to reap where you did not sow. We are using our taxes to service your libido.
Where is the lie? Yes, you are using the taxes to serve
interest to take the welfare of the people seriously. You have a primary purpose in government: security and welfare.
Welcome, Michael.
Every other thing is secondary. The road you are building, they like to build flyover because it's an avenue to loot. They build flyover, yes. But it's primarily security and welfare. Go and learn about this free consultancy. Go and learn about Human Development Index, HDI, and focus governance on improving HDI. If you improve the HDI, life gets better for everybody. If you learn HDI properly, you know where and when to build a road, when and where to build a school, when and where to build a hospital, when and where to know. You know if that flyover you want to build, whether it is necessary or compulsory. You know if that new market you want to build, whether it is important. You know if those people you are building that market for, whether it's school they need. It's misplaced priority when you build school for people that need market and build market for people that need school. It's misplaced priority when you give rice to people that need security. If I just give them security, they go and farm rice by themselves. They choose to go and buy a bag of rice and share for them.
Exactly.
Your head is not correct, sincerely. And I don't say it lightly. And that's to the politicians. So take Nigerians seriously, because if this country fails today, the first victims are the politicians. First of all, you have no office anymore. That money you are living large on is gone and gone forever. You'll probably go to your house and set it on fire. They'll probably chase after your mother and your children and your relative. Everybody that stole, go and check. Go and people don't read. These guys are crazy. They don't read. Go and read about the Arab Spring. Read about what happened in Tunisia, Egypt, Yemen, Syria, parts of even Morocco. Go and read. Libya. Go and read. Even government that were good became victim of the Arab Spring. And that Arab Spring, their life was, even to today, their life is still significantly better than our life here in Nigeria. Go and read. So it's in your enlightened self-interest. And I'm saying this from my heart, to take the Nigerian people seriously.
Okay.
Is this what we believe? But what you have said, is this what you think in your sober moments, in your private moments? Do you truly believe in your heart of hearts that opposition parties, let's be specific, ADC, even if you play all the cards well, do you have the chance of removing President Tinubu in 2027?
From the depth of my heart, it's not the issue of removing. But Tinubu is not in the election. He's not in the election in 2027. Tinubu will receive the shocker of his life.
Also, in your heart of hearts, do you believe Nigeria can be reformed? Some believe that Nigeria is gone. And that's why, I'd actually believe that the strident call for restructuring the agitation, I thought it was dead because it petered out. But suddenly, it's awakened. Even from people you don't expect, from the least people you don't expect, you bring them here, they start talking about restructuring. Agitation, let everybody. Do you actually believe that anybody wins election who is not President Tinubu in 2027, such a person, even if he finds good people around him, they can actually change this country?
Nigeria is not in a situation worse than Rwanda. When Paul Kagame took over Rwanda, there was no government, there were no institutions, there were nothing. It was only anarchy. Killings have been going on for 3 months.
And almost 1 million dead bodies.
Yes, but because the missing gap was leadership, and he filled in the gap effectively and dispensed justice. Within 3 months, he was able to put up a government in place. And that government had been able to transform Rwanda into one of the most successful democracies and economies in Africa. Our situation is not as bad as that. We still have government institutions and structures on ground. We are blessed with everything. In fact, the latest mineral discovered in Nigeria, I always forget the name, costs 1 carat is 30 million. So, the stealing in Nigeria from 1st of October 1960 till today is not yet 10% of the wealth of this country. We have everything. The only thing we have is that the fish rots from the head. If you have a leader today, his body language alone will change the country. That's why I took you back to Mutala and I took you back to Yaradua. It was only the body language of Yaradua, after taking oath, that changed the narrative. It was the body language of Mutala. Yes, he said, yes, I was corrupt. But today, I have decided that a curtain has been drawn, and anybody after the line went in with him, and the country changed. We, up till today, Mutala's achievement in 6 years, 6 months, not 6 months, sorry, 6 months is what we are benefiting. You have people spend 4 years, 8 years telling you stories. Nigeria needs a leader, and Nigerians should look for a leader who have the qualities of our founding fathers. Patriotism, faith in the country, love of the country, understanding of the country. We are good to go. Give us 6 months. We will be the destination to visit.
Finally, in what scenario do you foresee President Tinubu losing the election? I know you, but be direct. Do you envisage President Tinubu losing?
No, it's not. Let me be very honest with you. President Tinubu is working very hard to lose the election. There's no any investment in the election from Tinubu. Because you invest in the election by demonstrating leadership for the people. And Nigerians are suffering. If the president demonstrates empathy, there are people that will feel better, will feel concerned. But the government is reckless. The president has a don't-care attitude. He thinks only of himself, his immediate family, and his comfort. In this scenario, he's going to be OGP, one-time president.
I know I said last one, but this one is the last one. Give us your permutation for a candidacy, a ticket that can defeat you. Give us a permutation. You're a prophet that sees the future. Mention a ticket that can defeat you.
A ticket that will defeat Tinubu in 2027 is a ticket of a Nigerian whose primary is free, fair, and transparent, and is acceptable to Nigerians. Such a person will defeat President Tinubu in 2020.
I said you should give us a name and the ticket.
No, for the name, at my age, I am not supposed to ruffle
the waters.
Yes. So I work towards unity of Nigerians. But I think we still have, we have names of people who are in front line.
Yes.
But there are people who have not been mentioned. And I kept referring to the Senegalese model.
He's not going to mention any name now. He's part of the coalition. He ain't going to say nada. Anyway, make we continue. Una actress, no actor, one.
I don't even know how to begin this.
They don't cry.
I don't know how to start this talk. Usually I say things like, "Oh, I don't get involved in politics. I don't talk about politics." In fact, the country, the industry, a couple of things, kind of makes you. They'll tell you don't discuss religion or politics or something, and so you fall into that category where you say, "I don't like to talk politics." No, that's the most stupid statement from anybody in Nigeria right now. We should be discussing, we should be talking about it, we should be trying to fix, we should be inquiring about what is happening in the nation. There's nothing like sitting on the fence. Now it doesn't make any sense. I have a child, so I'm thinking for not just as for myself. Today I bought petrol. I bought petrol for 1,300 and something thousand naira. We don't have lights. We've been running generator back to back. I live on the island, so there's no special treatment. We've been running generator back to back. So I can imagine diesel. Most of all the malls and companies, down to the smallest barber shop, run on petrol or diesel. I'm blown away because I'm mentally stressed and I can't even lie. So you don't have light. Diesel is expensive, and fuel is expensive. My staff, a couple of my staff at home are smiling at me and letting me understand that to even come to work now is a problem because the transport is hiking, meaning that their salary is not even enough anymore in a very short period. I don't understand why Nigeria is one of the first countries to be affected by the war in Iran. A blessed nation, a country that a resourceful nation is complaining about fuel price because we are dependent on one refinery, and even that refinery is not, they never got the full support of the government, and then the nation has different refineries that don't function. I don't understand. I'm actually very, very discombobulated. It's messing with my brain, and my spirit is very angry. So all the things I'm working for, it is for what? And then I have some colleagues in my industry that are part of something they call a reading leave or something. The guy relax in the way is fixing something. I've seen some of them. I've seen Nino's name. I've seen a couple of people. I hope you're asking the right questions. I actually hope you are standing for the right reason. Because I'm stressed.
I never see anything. You are stressed. Una keep quiet. The country they go down. I go keep quiet. I beg you, please.
Like I said, the government is actually not doing anything. Look at them now. They are just there eating our money. Without doing anything, are you buying bread free? I'm not buying free. Now, I pity those people that are saying that we should give the government a chance, another opportunity of failure. Opportunity of failure. Look at the road everywhere. Nothing is going on. Ah, you know, that's what, you know.
Yes. So what do you have to say about the power failure in the country?
Which power failure?
There is no light, people are complaining. So what do you have to say about that?
You don't have light?
No.
I did not see anybody that is complaining about light. The government is actually trying. Yes, it depends. This is about context. It depends on how you see it. It's context. How you are using it. I mean, give this government a chance. Give people opportunity to prove themselves. How many years have they stayed there? And you're complaining about? He's not still talking very well. What were you saying? What are we talking about?
Yes, we are talking about power failure in the country, and you started with saying that the government is not doing well, and all of a sudden, I don't understand, sir.
Who said that the government is not doing well?
You did, sir.
You people are propagandists.
What?
Propagandists. You just carry mic and be interviewing people, trying to bring down the government down. You people should take your time. Know what you're saying.
You're on record, sir.
I'm not on record. I'm not any on record. Don't put whatever I did not say on me. It's not on me. Don't tell me what I did. When did I say that?
In fact, give him dollar.
How? Jesus, dollar. See, P2B is because of everything that is happening in this country, sir. Why is it coming out?
It's not P2B. You're talking about power grid and then the government not working well.
P2B is the cause. It's the cause of everything that is happening in this country.
Because of the bad government.
Yes, that's the cause of everything. Let him go. Let him move in. Sir. Kai! Excuse me, sir. Mamma mia.
Meanwhile, Aba has 24 hours electricity. Tell us what's happening in your state. Aba is shining. Okay.
That for this temporary issue that is leading to hardship in its days, especially during this crisis, where there is so much heat everywhere. Where businesses are also being affected, where schools are being affected, where industries are being affected. It is not our wish to find ourselves in this situation.
I no sleep yesterday night. I know Abemona helped me share this video. Good morning, trenches. There's nothing good about this morning. I no sleep yesterday night. The heat where they do person now get it. The heat where they do person now get finger. As if they hot, if they pinch you, it's bad. So this one where they say is beyond your control. What's our hope? More the more that they talk straight, because we suppose know that time when we say Tinubu go put solar for our own Aso Rock. They put solar. Nigerians, we too momo we not thinking. We still say hope. If I don't give you electricity in the next, don't now vote for me. As if say they define our vote. So this one now where you say is beyond your control. What's your happen? Because I listened to the ending. You say in a few weeks, because election is around, that's why you people should. You're not even all about the life of this man. I'm not sleep yesterday. I never even sick while they sick. I'm not sick in peace. I'm not sick in peace. So what kind of useless government is this? What kind of clueless government is this? If you give us like 2 hours, you'll give us bill of 1 year. You know the amount of people that depend on this light. Not be about to not sleep for even daytime now. I don't think to work. I be tell you. Money will take buy fuel, take so one clothes. Go reach to do more than 3 clothes. I want to make profits. People are stressing us. We're not they talk about Baba now. God now knows Baba wife did the job. We're not they talk about when they do laundry. We are not even talking about they sell fish for markets. How much is it they put fish for Kujuma and how much is it they sell now? You people are stressing us. You people are stressing us. And when we talk, some idiots like this, we want to come and insult us in the comment section. This politician has liquor. I look your page, I boss now. If I talk, those impressions not start. Minister for power, use the money where you take build that house for your village. They are take office the problem. You people are stressing us. Nigerians, how long we want to continue like this?
They do not care. They don't give a damn. They do not give a damn. That's what it's about.
But the fact remains here, Mr. Dairo, is that beyond removing Bola Tinubu, what next? If you think Bola Tinubu is the bad one here, you put another Bola Tinubu there that even be worse off than the Bola Tinubu that
because we experienced it in 2015. In 2015, it was all about chase away the PDP, chase away Jonathan.
After then,
for 8
all
years,
of those who chased away Jonathan, they moved to the other side. And then those who will say, those two of you in the ADC, you were the orchestrator of the same political parties that is now a
that is why it
political
was on
party.
the ADC, more than another political party, to come clean and clear about what it is they want to do from their own experiences. Look, angels don't come from heaven to fix Nigeria. It is still Nigeria that will fix Nigeria, and most of us have come. How do you call it? How do my Christian brothers say it? We have come short of the glory of God. We have all seen and come short of the glory of God. So it's a matter of taking that decision to say, look, enough is enough. I've been part of this system, and I think I know the problem with the system. And at my level, at my age, as a former Senate president, former vice president, former governor, former this and that, without saying that there comes a time in the life of a nation when the elite class will say enough is enough, and that we now need to prioritize national and people-oriented interest over and above personal, partisan and sectional interest. I hope that will be the decision of the APC, of the APC and ADC. And to communicate that to us, we must see how your party is better managed than the other parties. Yeah. We want to see a more democratically run party, a more inclusive party. Yeah. We want to see a party that is less transactional. Yeah. We want to see money politics completely relegated to the back, if not completely abrogated in your own system. We want to see
now that people will gather in one stadium and they would have given dollars to every delegate and buy all the
Nigerians will not vote for such a party because we already know they are not so different from the ruling party and other establishment parties. So you have to be born again. I keep saying it, that those in the ADC, just like I've told those in the government, must take a decision to commit class suicide. And when you do that, I will now see that those men of yesteryears have truly changed and are now offering the hand of support to the ordinary Nigerian people to say we can now guide a progressive and orderly transition from the old order to the new one. That should be very much in your interest.
Yeah, because like you said, if you say Bola Tinubu is a failure in economics, give us an alternative that would be better. If you say Bola Tinubu's handling of security is a disaster, we want to give us the option that we have. If you say Bola Tinubu does not know how to handle welfare of citizens, give us a concrete idea. But you are a very strong critic. In 2019, 2023, you had come to advise the PDP. In fact, at that time, I remember vividly, and you said, look, this party needs to be watchful about whom they present and where this candidate is coming from. Do you think zoning should be a consideration for the ADC? Where their candidate is from and what ethnic stock or what, does that matter anyways?
Very, very much. Because we are still a country that is primarily driven by identity politics. I hope I pray that one day we'll outgrow it. I'm an advocate against identity politics. However, we keep saying that even among bandits, even among armed robbers, there has to be honor. So when we go and abduct people and they pay us ransom, please let us share it equitably. So that even amongst us, let us have peace. So we can continue to do our enterprise, our criminal enterprise. Now, Nigeria has to exist first. Nigeria has to remain one. Must remain united, nationally integrated, socially cohesive, for it to be fixed. And at the root of this togetherness, at the root of remaining in one piece and not falling apart into many pieces, is justice, equity, fairness, and inclusion. It is something we can no longer gloss over. That's why we want the PDP that until Nigeria finds a way out of this situation, the template of rotating the presidency between the North and South should be adhered to. And we want the PDP that if you fail to zone to the South in 2023, you'll be sailing against the wind of presidency that was blowing south. And so your ship will capsize and sink into oblivion. I'm sure that has certainly come to pass. Similarly, the ADC must be told ab initio You cannot afford to throw your ticket open to the extent that the highest bidder or somebody from a region with the highest number of delegates will take it. That would mean a still bet opposition party called the ADC. You see, I'm trying to put out this prophecy again. If you like, call it prophecy, call it whatever I want to call it. But I'm only speaking common sense of doing the right thing. To put it simply, the ADC must be a candidate from the southern part of Nigeria to complete the 4 years left open for the southern part of this country. Why is it a must? Because the imperative of national unity and social cohesion is something that must be upheld by all citizens, political parties, and institutions. It's a constitutional matter. Zoning is not just happening in isolation. It is postural to the constitution of Nigeria that says no ethnic group or section should dominate the government of Nigeria or any of its organs. It was a furtherance of that, okay, knowing that Nigerians vote like their own ethnic group, ethnic and religious lines. So to have some level of inclusion, because Nigeria itself is a product of fragile compromise, where all the component parts agreed to contribute something while also gaining a little. Therefore, if you insist that you want to use your numerical superiority at all times, you are going to now put a strain on that fragile compromise. And Nigeria might head towards the road to Sudan. Now, as we speak, the APC is having a southern president in power. If the ADC makes the mistake that the PDP made by not zoning to the south and deliberately picking the candidate from the south, the ADC will lose in the north and lose in the south and also sink into oblivion like the PDP. And Nigeria might now slip into a one-party state. And you will not blame Grassroots for that. You will blame the ADC. And those are the ADC who again failed to do the right thing.
Majid Dairo is fasting and is in a prophetic mode. And he said this last time before 2023 election. And this is happening yet again. But I hope that anyone who has ears, just like the Bible says, you listen to what the Spirit is telling the church. That's how the Bible puts it. But thanks so much, Majid Dairo, for your time tonight.
Okay, I don't know if you guys are aware. There's breaking news. Well, breaking always. Anyway, we're gonna come to that. We're gonna come to that.
Hello and welcome. My name is Magnus Rock, and this is Woto TV. Have you ever wondered or asked if Nigeria is under a spell? For me, I am not a fetish person. I actually don't believe in fetish things. But when things begin to appear out of the ordinary, one may just likely ask if the world of diabolism is operational in Nigeria. Now, I know some very overzealous Christians will say blood of Jesus, God forbid, and blah, blah, blah. But if you take a good look at it, what exactly is Tinubu telling these governors that are prompting them to defect? What exactly is it telling them? To the extent Nigeria now has 31 out of 36 governors in APC. What exactly is Tinubu's appearances that makes it to this extent, even though as ridiculously failed as he is, he still has some demonic people that are still supporting him. Now, you might come to my page all you can, abuse me, insult me. It's not going to deter me. You might be one of those that have received money to search internet for people talking against Tinubu to wear them down. It won't bother me. The love we have for Obi is natural, is organic. Nothing, no amount. Let me tell you that some weeks ago I was approached whether I will switch my allegiance, but I have integrity to protect. I have a personality to uphold. You see, there was one particular video I was searching for the video. I couldn't get to where before Tinubu spoke, he leaked the microphone. I mean, he practically leaked the microphone. Like I said, I'm not one who is accustomed to fetish things, but this country needs to be delivered. This country needs to be delivered. The amount of blood we spill every day to appease a certain fetish has to stop. Imagine the number of lives that we are losing every field. Government, does not deem it fit to declare those areas as states of emergency. Imagine a president who says he can't go visit a place where people lost hundreds of lives because the road to the place is bad. Imagine a president who is visiting UK, which is people that are supposed to be in charge of security, having fun, taking selfies and sending pictures back at home, reflecting how much they are enjoying, whereas people are losing life through bomb blasts in Maiduguri. Like I said, is Nigeria under a spell? Because what I see, Tinubu is a president that you have an overwhelming vote of no confidence. Don't mind all these people that have gotten money because this Tinubu has weaponized poverty. They weaponize poverty so much that when they give you crumbs, you are happy that you are relieved of a few hours of poverty, and then you take a decision that, sustain your poverty for another 4 years. That's not going to happen with me. That's not going to happen with me. Nigeria needs to be saved. Nigeria needs to be delivered. And the first point of healing this country is to free Nigeria from the clutches of the Tinubu family. I just saw Fashola's brother, what's that his name? Showing a picture of Tinubu, the wife and his son, littering the street of Lagos. This is the first time that a family now pretends to have full control of this country. Yaradua was the president. I don't know his children's name. Same for Obasanjo, same for Buhari, except when the boy got accident. But the idea that every family will now have office of the first daughter, office of the first lady, office of the first son. The son now gets an official red carpet welcome from. I mean, this is rubbish. This is rubbish. Well, Nigeria must begin to appear in the level of contemporary nations where they behave officially and democratically. Nigeria needs to be delivered from the clutches of this diabolic government they call APC. My name is Magnus Oraka. Please follow this page and share this post now.
Diabolic. Seriously diabolic. Diabolic on a very high level. My people, I'm going to round it up here. I'm going to come back again, of course. You know how we roll. I go try. No promises, but I will try. But thank you so much for joining me, guys. Thank you, Michael. Who else? Warrior MD just greeted. Tracy, my darling sister. Everybody that was able to join. I go see you now on my next one. Now, overwhelmingly, agreements. APC don't destroy Nigeria. We must uproot APC. Thank you very much. I'll see you guys on my